Did I get stuck with a 6-pack of counterfeit oil filters that are going to destroy my Crosstrek's engine if I used them? Almost a year ago, I bought a 6-pack of Baldwin filters online, and when they arrived, I noticed they were made in Morocco. That seemed off to me because I bought a 3-pack before on the same website and those 3 were made in the United States. We were at the tail end of the global supply chain issues, and the date code on the filter was from what I think may have been the worst of it, so I didn't think much of it. However, I recently ordered one more from a different supplier, and it was made in the United States again. I sent Baldwin an email because maybe it was a temporary solution, but maybe these Morocco oil filters aren't real and they'd like to know about them. Basically all I got was a "we won't warranty those," so I decided to pull one of the Morocco filters off of the Crosstrek. I wasn't expecting to notice anything right away, so I wasn't filming the filter as it came off. So I was just taking this off. I wasn't going to record it, that's why I'm using my cell phone for this recording. And I did use this trick that is a modification of that one that I uploaded. Someone suggested it, I tried it out, it works, but this was pretty empty. So normally this is full of oil and the whole cup past where the gasket goes fills up with oil when you take this filter off. Not overflowing, but enough. Like that little pocket down there gets full. I feel like the anti-drain back valve on these Baldwin made in Morocco filters isn't working. A while later, I cut open both filters and they were certainly different. This filter says Baldwin on it. This filter also says Baldwin on it, but they are slightly different. This one's made in the US. This one's made in Morocco. Let's open both of these up and see what we've got. I'll start with the US made one, 8/5/2021, and 1/24/2022. Alright, so here's the filter element out of it. Nothing too out of the ordinary here. I'll reassemble it. Alright, I finally got this thing off. Lots of oil in there. I'm gonna pour that out. Both of these had about 5,000 to 6,000 miles on them. There's so much more crusty stuff in the Morocco one, which could just mean that when the oil comes backwards through the filter, it pulls the stuff that has been filtered back through, which isn't that bad of a thing, but you would probably want it to stay put. And this is holding a lot of oil. The Morocco filter element is shorter for sure. The anti-drain back valve is very different. This one has like more material to it, but it's worse. This anti-drain back valve says Parker on it. Parker's the owner of Baldwin filters. Let's see if it says it on this one. Nothing on that one. Both of these have bypass valves built into the bottom of the filter element. See the valve itself here. I'll just this one is real gummy and I can see this getting jammed up. This one, really well built. It is made out of metal, so it doesn't seal as good as this one does when it shuts, but it needs to actually shut, and I'm not sure it does that every time. Like right there, that didn't shut. Of course, like oil flowing through here is going to be different than me poking it with a little needle thing, but with this one I can try to jam it up and it does not jam up. It's a very distinct size difference between these two springs, and while it is tempting to say, oh, this one's definitely better than the other one, all the other features inside there interact and you can't just assume one is better than the other. This one's real crusty, fibery looking. Like not just compared to this one, but like compared to most filters I've seen, this one, it's just looks hairy. There's a considerable difference in the pleat count between these two, with the Morocco one with 41 pleats and the US made one with 49 pleats. The bases are very similar. They use a lot of heat and less stamp pressure to seal these two pieces together, whereas the US made one is less heat and more stamp pressure to seal them together. But in addition to that, these are sealed with some silicone, whereas these don't seem to have anything between the two metal layers to seal it. The US and Morocco gaskets are not just different thicknesses, with the Morocco actually being thicker, but the US made one is actually a larger diameter gasket. In addition to the reduced sealing of this end cap, the made in Morocco edge has only one fold over, whereas the US made one has two folds over. The US made filter end cap also seems to have a little more care taken with it, with the edges trimmed a little better and folded in, whereas the Morocco one, it's not folded in, and all the cutting edge is all exposed and rough. Let me know if you think these Moroccan filters were authorized by Baldwin or not.